And it's just basketball. At the end of the day, it's just basketball.
Like and subscribe on the way in the door, my people. I hope you all are having a truly fantastic day today.
That was a long time ago, and the world's different now, right? The world 18 years ago didn't have podcasts and social media and the chatter that fuels the game. And look, I think we all saw the comments you had to say today about the game, and I'm just interested in this sincerely. What matters about the conversation that surrounds your game to you and the stars in the league? What about it is significant? Because I try to dismiss it as it relates to us, but I'm not you all. What matters to you?
Yeah. What matters to me when it comes to my generation and the younger generation that's in our league now is that, I mean, we play it for the love of the game. You know, we're not out here cheating the game. You know, we putting the grind in, we putting the time in. You know, we've always, gave up and gave props to the generation that came before us. Always bigged them up because we know without them it would not have been us. And we're just trying to carry on tradition. You know, my generation, me, Steph, KD, Russ, James, Kawhi, the rest of our crew. And then we got the younger generation that's doing their thing as well. So, we love what we do. And it's a responsibility for all of us to continue to press the game, push the game in a positive factor for all our fans all over America and all over the world, because it's the best, most beautiful game in the world. You know, when you watch basketball, you're basically listening to music. You're listening to jazz music, R&B music, rap music, hard, heavy metal music, everything essential with that. So, it's a beautiful game. We're all in a position to play this game, and we're here for a reason, but, we don't never take it for granted. So I hope everybody see that when we hit the floor.
Ladies and gentlemen, if LeBron James' mouth is open, you can rest assured he is capping. So that was a clip of post-game interview after the Lakers-Clippers game, and you heard LeBron James say that his generation always gave props to the generation before, which is Cap. LeBron James' generation is pretty much the first generation that started tearing down the previous generation to prop themselves up. And that has continued after LeBron James' generation. That has continued with the Anthony Edwards. Now, shout out to Dreamers Pro, because the next thing I'm about to read really quickly, I first saw on Dreamers Pro, and this is LeBron James' response to Stephen A. Smith on Twitter. So let me read this. LeBron James says, "Exactly made my point, but anyways, happy this convo has started. It ain't about face of the game. It ain't about one person or one show. It's about the culture of basketball. The most beautiful game in the world." Before I continue, let me say this. Whenever I hear LeBron James talk about how beautiful basketball is, it makes me disgusted, because I feel like if basketball was so beautiful to you, you wouldn't have done the things that you have done throughout your career. So again, if LeBron James' mouth is open, he is probably capping. Anyway, he says, the most beautiful game in the world. Our game has never been better. Again, which one is it, LeBron? Because LeBron James has been recorded on several instances, not only saying that the All-Star game needs to be fixed, but saying that the regular season needs to be fixed as well. So which is it, LeBron James? Is the game never been better, or are there some things that actually needs to be fixed? My thought is that you say whatever you think is going to make you look the best in the present moment. Or maybe you don't know what you're saying at all. You're just so used to capping. Says our game has never been better. Incredible young stars from all over the world, and some older ones, laughing emojis. Steph Curry should be all we are talking about today. Let's discuss how great OKC is and the Cavs. Let's discuss how great OKC and the Cavs have been this season, with two completely different styles, and break down why and how they have. Of course, if players don't perform we need to discuss that too and break that down. All right, my people. So as we see this conversation continues, this back and forth between players and media, this back and forth between LeBron James and media, and probably more specifically, this back and forth between Clutch Sports and media. And, the conversation about why this current generation of basketball players get so much criticism, why this current iteration of the NBA is getting so much criticism. And okay, people, let's get real. For any of you who have been following my channel for quite some time, I'm going to apologize in advance because this will be the uncensored version, at least for a second, because I feel like I need to say something. And I'm going to say this twice. And what I'm about to say, I'm going to say it the way I'm going to say it, because it is meant to be harsh. It is meant to be brutal. And I'm going to say it twice for the players and for the fanboys. LeBron James, stop doing bitch shit and people won't treat you like a bitch. I'm going to say this one more time. LeBron James, stop doing bitch shit and people won't treat you like a bitch. And I'm going to say this one more time for the fanboys. Hey, fanboys, stop doing bitch shit and people won't treat you like a bitch. It's that simple. Now, what do I mean by this? I mean, you teach people how to treat you. Either by your action or your inaction. You teach people how to treat you. If the current generation of players is getting so much criticism, it is because their action has dictated that. So let's talk about the standard. Michael Jordan, who is currently the standard. Let's talk about the standard. Michael Jordan came into the league and he shut everybody up. Why is Michael Jordan so respected and so revered? Because Michael Jordan came into the league and he shut everybody up. He made you have to respect him. How did he do that? Because when they said he couldn't play defense, he cranked that up and won Defensive Player of the Year. He made it so that people had to give him his props for defense. When they said, hey, he didn't have a good mid-range game, which when people say that, it's a little overblown because Michael Jordan's mid-range wasn't terrible when he came into the league. But obviously, when they said he didn't have a mid-range game, he made it much better, so much so that it is undeniable, so much so that he is arguably the greatest mid-range shooter of all time. He shut them up when they had complaints. When they said, hey, you can't win playing the style of ball. You're going to have to learn to use your teammates. And voila, he did that. In his first championship, Michael Jordan averaged over 11 assists per game. When people tried to bully him on the court or be confrontational with him on the court, he showed that, hey, I'm the bully. You talk trash to me, it's going to be repercussions. And so much so that he developed a reputation around the league for not only players, but coaches as well, to not talk trash to Michael Jordan. Don't talk trash to this guy because you'll pay for it. If you happen to be fortunate to be winning the game, don't try to rub it in his face because you may just it'll turn the switch on and he'll come back and win. He developed this reputation. And so anything that Michael Jordan was criticized for, he turned it into strengths and shut every body up. And this is important. So when these players are complaining about getting criticized, well, LeBron James, is because you hadn't shut people up from the criticisms that they have. And this goes for any other player in the NBA who feels like they get overly criticized. Ironically, it's the players who do the most unforgivable things that are the ones that are the most sensitive about being criticized, like LeBron James and Kevin Durant. So you either have to accept your career, you have to accept the things that you've done, you have to accept the fact that people do not like the way you went about your career and the things that you have done in your career, or you should have changed them so that people wouldn't have those complaints about you anymore. Kevin Durant, yes, that was a weak move going to Golden State. But the thing is, you haven't proved that you could win outside of that situation yet. LeBron James, super teams, you haven't proved that you can win outside of that situation yet. You haven't proved that you are such a competitor and so confident in your abilities that you don't need to flop. So this is the thing. You teach people how to treat you. If the NBA is getting this much criticism, it's because they haven't done anything to shut up the criticizers. And LeBron James is full of cap to say that his generation has always respected the generation that came before. Man, please. Your generation was the beginning of tearing down all the standards. Your generation is the beginning of a bunch of new lower standards in the NBA. Your generation, like I said, is the beginning of saying things like two-way player. I had never heard of that before in my life. I had no idea when they started talking about two-way player what they were talking about. I was like, two-way player? Oh yeah, he plays offense and defense. What? People get extra credit for that now? You get a label for that now, that you play offense and defense? Are you serious? This is the LeBron James era. The LeBron James era is well, teams win championships. And why did they start saying that? So they could praise LeBron James for all the losses. This is why they start saying that. Not just LeBron James, but some other superstars too. But they started saying that to get around the fact that these guys weren't real leaders and couldn't lead their teams to championships. Teams win championships. They started saying this to justify the need to have 2 and 3 superstars on one team. This is the LeBron James era. More freedom of movement so to accentuate the skills. To accentuate the skills. More freedom of movement. When if they were that skilled, they wouldn't need to accentuate the freedom of movement. Michael Jordan didn't need it. Kobe Bryant got to play through both eras where defense was still tough and he saw it evolve to no defense, and Kobe Bryant himself was calling it out. Kobe Bryant, a player in the NBA, was calling it out, saying that this is soft. But this is the LeBron James era. The lowering of the standards. and want to pretend as if you hadn't. People aren't saying these things for nothing. Channels like this don't exist for nothing. LeBron James still can't shoot free throws. Again, you want to shut up your criticizers, then you improve on the things that you're getting criticism for. Your whole career can't shoot free throws. People saying he's getting praised now for, I heard the announcer, I can't remember who it was, and it might have been during the Clippers game, saying, oh, LeBron James has improved so much on his jump shot. He improved in the era with the least resistance possible. At age 40, who cares? It's like, LeBron James, you have had multiple opportunities. You've had 22 years to shut up the critics, and you haven't done it. So that's your problem. That's not the media's problem. That's not our problem. That's your problem. This is the difference between you and Michael Jordan. This is the difference between you and Kobe Bryant. Anyway, we're going to hold up here. But yeah, the solution is simple. If you don't want to get treated a certain way, then stop acting a certain way. Period. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. What do you think of LeBron James' response, his latest couple of responses about the whole mainstream media? What do you think about LeBron James saying that, hey, you know, my generation, well, we always gave it up to the older generation, you know, because we're very respectful and you know, we want to uphold the standards of the game, and you know, this game is just the most beautiful game in the world, you know. That's why I try to hang around and milk it for as long as possible. You know, that's why I play even on a sore foot. Well, I guess I don't play on a sore foot, but anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. You all have a truly fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. All right.